Hey guys, today I'm going to do a quick video on some of the books that, as usual, I've either gotten for review or I've bought, and one that I've got, well, a couple that I've got from a special event that I attended recently. I'm going to go through this video very quickly because I have to finish this and then go lie on my bed and contemplate the amount of revision that I have left to do, none of which I have actually done. Leading the good student life, I know. Okay, so I'm going to start with the books that I got for review, and I haven't been able to review any of these this month. I got these in the last 2 months, but I haven't been able to go through them as usual because I've been spending the whole past 6 weeks doing nothing. So, the first book that I have is The Bunker Diaries by Kevin Brooks. Can you see it? Okay. This was sent to me by Penguin Books, and this was published on 7th of March 2013. You can get this in paperback form or as an ebook. The second book that I have is again one that I haven't read, and it's called The Extincts by Veronica Cosantelli. And this isn't actually the cover, by the way. This was sent to me by Chicken House, and this is just the advanced reader's copy cover. I believe the actual cover is this one. I think this is a middle grade book for ages 7 to 11, and there's some details on the back there. This was published on 2nd of May 2013, also available in paperback or ebook copy, and this is courtesy of Chicken House, so thank you Chicken House for that. Okay, so the third book that I got was called The Magic. Is it The Magic? Nope, I'm making that up. It's called The Bowed Dragon, and this is by Alexia Cassell, and this was sent to me from Bloomsbury. Oh, cutie pie! Okay, so this was sent to me by Bloomsbury Books, and this was published also on 2nd of May 2013, also available in paperback and ebook copy. And I actually really like the cover to this. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and the final book that I got for review is called The Hit by Melvin Burgess. Also courtesy of the beautiful and amazing and totally kind Chicken House. This was released on 4th of April 2013, and this is for ages 14. This is for ages 14 years and over. The cover for that is actually this one here, the orange. So I think this was just a temporary cover for the time being. Okie dokie. So that concludes all the books that I got for review. The next 2 piles that I have on my desk are of the ones that, next 3 piles that I have on my desk are ones that I've bought, one from an event, and one more pile that I bought. I do not know what is happening to my brain. It's currently frazzling out because I'm so useless. Okay, anyway. Okay, so a few weeks ago I did some sightseeing in London because my university is basically situated around some of the best places that you can see in London sightseeing wise. And as I was doing some photo taking with my camera, I stumbled across a bookshop called Daunt Books. You can see that there, the bag. And this is for anyone that wants to visit. It's situated in 61 Cheapside, London, EC2. That is the location of the bookstore. I went in, and it's one of the most beautiful bookstores that I've actually been to because it has 2 floors of books, and they're all like on wooden kind of detailing, I don't know what to call it, and I decided to buy a couple of books from there. Bear in mind they are quite expensive because it's situated on like the main road, and it's one of those kind of high-end bookstores, but it looks really nice. So I bought 3 books. I didn't actually intend to buy any, I was just going to take some pictures. They were really nice. They let me go downstairs and use my camera and take some pictures. So I brought 3 books, 2 of which are by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and the first one is The Great Gatsby, and the second one is The Last Tycoon, also by the same author. And as you can see, these are the recovers that Penguin's done. These are the Penguin Classic copies. which I absolutely adore because they're beautiful, beautiful, and they even gave me a little bookmark. If you have not read The Great Gatsby, they have they've made it into a movie now, which looks pretty amazing. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I absolutely loved the book. I read it for A-levels, and maybe at that time I didn't think too much of it, but when I read over it now, because I've reread it twice since then, it's such a good book, and you have to, it is a little hard to get into at first, especially if you're young and you're reading it, but if you read it now you'll probably appreciate it a lot more. So I brought this because I didn't have I did have a copy during my A-levels, but I gave that away to a friend, so I brought the beautiful cover. They have 2 more covers of these as well, I think, but I bought this one, and I brought this by him because if his Great Gatsby is amazing, then I'm guessing all his other works are too. So I brought these 2 books, and the third one that I brought was Dracula by Bram Stoker. I'm kind of going for the classic books. I'm not too fond of classic books actually, but Dracula I've heard so many good things about, and it kind of sounds like my kind of book, to be honest, and it's such a good looking cover. I'll show you the back as well actually. And the pages are like crinkled, you can see. So yeah, those were the 3 books that I brought from Daunt Books. Alright, so the next pile are also purchased books, which I got recently in the past week. And if you have not heard of The Book Thief, let me just say that you have missed out hugely. I read this book a couple of years ago after it came out, and I was instantly in love with the book. It's probably one of my favourite books I've ever read. And I remember since then I was scouring all the bookstores and online for any other works by the author Marcus Zusak. And I did stumble across a few, but at that time I didn't spend money. Let's rephrase that. I don't spend as much money on books as I do now, even though I have a Kindle. I used to love buying the paperback copies, but at that point they were quite expensive. They were like £13. So I didn't buy those books then. But recently I read, I actually managed to get my hands on a copy of I Am the Messenger, which is his second book. They're not sequels or anything, but it's just another book that he wrote. And I read it and I was totally blown away by it, as usual. And I had I had a Kindle copy at that point, but I wanted a paperback copy because all of my favourite books I either have 1 or 2 copies of them because I'm quite weird like that. So I went out and I purchased a copy of I Am the Messenger and some of his other books that I actually found. Also, on a side note, if you follow me on Twitter, then you'll probably see that he actually tweeted me back because I stumbled across his Twitter page, also by accident. I'm not sure why I wasn't following him in the first place. Stumbled across it, I tweeted him something about how amazing the book was, and he actually replied. And I went through his profile and he actually replies to all the kind of comments and stuff that he gets, which is so nice. And he sends out copies of books to people that haven't, like, who've lost a copy. I remember one person tweeted him saying they lost a copy of his book, and he asked for their address and he sent them a signed copy, and I was just like, it also helps that he's very good looking, but he's married, so shh. Anyway, let's get on to the books. He also replied to me again the other day, but let's just not go into that because I'm just going to have like a squealing session, which you'd want to avoid. Anyway, so I got a copy of I Am the Messenger. And there's a picture of him on the back. You can see his beautiful face. If he's watching this, I would be totally embarrassed, but I do not care. And the other books that he's written, there's a series. I think these ones actually are a sequel and follow on. The first one is called Fighting Reuben Wolf. And I'm not sure what the second and the third one is. I think the second one might be The Underdog. And the third one is Getting the Girl. The only thing is I was kind of frustrated because these two, I ordered these off the book depository, and the covers are all different. Like, these two match, which is what I wanted, but this one's completely different, which kind of like annoyed me a little bit because I like my matching covers a lot. Also, this one, they gave the wrong cover. There was the original one's like a red kind of cover with something on the front with a card in its hand, but this one's like the not so great cover basically. I know I'm being really fussy, so I'm just going to move on from that. And yeah, so those were the books that I've gotten for review and that I've purchased all in the past month or two. And then yesterday, sorry, my voice sounds like it's actually going. Yesterday I attended a book event that I was invited to from Goodreads. I was invited through Goodreads because I liked Audrey Niff. Goodness gracious. Basically Audrey Niffenger. I have so pronounced that wrong, but if you can see her name there. Basically the author of The Time Traveler's Wife and Her Fearful Cemetery. I reviewed both her books, I think, on Goodreads, and someone from Goodreads got in touch with me inviting me to an event hosted by Random House and Goodreads, where they invited a lot of publicists, some bloggers, and the author of those books, Audrey, and another book that was being released by Deborah Mogat. Again, I don't know how to pronounce her name. But yeah, the event was hosted, it was yesterday 6 to 8 in the Union Club. If anyone was there, please leave a comment below, because I don't know anyone there, I didn't know anyone there, so I'm just wondering if you were there, please let me know. But anyway, so I went to the event yesterday, and they had an author talk at the beginning where both Audrey and Deborah, they talked about their upcoming 2 books. They were great fun, they were really hilarious people and really nice as well. So we asked some questions, I have some pictures of that as well. And then they gave out copies of their new books. So Audrey's one is called The Raven Girl. Raven Girl, and it's being converted into a ballet performance as well. She told us how that came about. And Deborah's new book is Heartbreak Hotel. So we each got a copy of those, and they were kind enough to even sign it, which was so cool. And Audrey's as well. Let's see if I can just find the page. There. Audrey was absolutely hilarious. I even got a picture of her and she was so cool. And there's the little flyer they've given for the event. But yeah, so I don't want to go into too much detail about that, because I'll probably do a separate video. If not, then this is all there was really to tell. So the event was great, it was a lovely evening, and I was so glad I got to meet both the authors. They were amazing. And that is it. I'm just checking outside if it's raining or not, sorry, excuse me. So those were all the books that I've gotten, and that is all for now. So I hope you guys are good, keep reading, let me know in the comments below if you were at the event, any books that you've gotten yourself, and have a great week. Bye. Get out! I'm recording a video. Quick move! Come in. I'm going to cut you out later. Now you may go. Leave it, it's recording. Thank you. Do not come in for the next 10 minutes until I finish the video, and turn off the light outside.